Hey everyone, welcome back to the weekly roundup. Let's get you caught up on the top 5 biggest stories that happened in automotive this past week. Let's get into it. Detroit automakers caught a temporary break this week. After the U.S. Supreme Court struck down most of President Trump's broader tariffs, a new 10% levy on foreign goods was announced. But here's the key detail. Passenger vehicles, certain trucks, and auto parts were specifically exempt. Manufacturers are already absorbing billions in costs from existing sector-specific tariffs on imported vehicles, parts, steel, and aluminum. Those remain in place, but at least for now, we're not seeing an additional layer of cost stacking on top. For dealers, this helps avoid immediate upward pricing pressure, but the broader trade uncertainty is far from resolved. Stellantis is making a major play with a familiar nameplate. The 2026 Jeep Cherokee is officially back after a 3-year hiatus, and this isn't just another product launch. It's central to Stellantis' effort to reverse declining U.S. sales and regain market share in the country's largest segments. The new Cherokee is Jeep's first traditional hybrid in the U.S., delivering an estimated 37 miles per gallon combined, with pricing ranging from roughly $37,000 to $46,000. It's positioned directly against high-volume competitors like the Toyota RAV4 and Honda CR-V, two of the most important models in retail today. Stellantis is targeting a 25% increase in U.S. retail sales next year, so the Cherokee will need to carry real volume if they're going to meet that goal. According to Sonic Automotive President Jeff Dyke, tariffs are becoming too expensive for brands to continue absorbing. He said pricing is already starting to move in certain areas, and that impact could become more visible by late spring and summer. So far, the data shows average vehicle prices are only up about 1% since the latest tariffs were introduced. Incentives haven't been slashed yet either, but affordability is already tight. Elevated MSRPs and higher interest rates are stretching buyers thin. If manufacturers begin passing more costs downstream, dealers could be facing even more challenging payment conversations in the months ahead. Stellantis reported its first annual net loss since the company was formed, a massive €22.3 billion loss for 2025. Much of that stems from write-downs tied to a reset of its electric vehicle strategy. Leadership acknowledged they overestimated the pace of the energy transition and are now recalibrating around customer demand. That means rebalancing EV, hybrid, and ICE offerings and focusing on what CEO Antonio Filosa calls freedom of choice. North America showed some improvement late in the year, with shipments rising and service quality metrics improving, but this is clearly a pivotal reset moment for the company. A new Cox Automotive study found that 38% of Americans say they would consider buying a Chinese vehicle if it were available in the US. Among Gen Z shoppers, that jumps to nearly 70%. Dealers, however, are far less enthusiastic. Only 15% say they support Chinese brands entering the market. Affordability is the biggest factor driving consumer openness. Many shoppers believe Chinese vehicles would come in at lower price points. The vehicles aren't here yet, but consumer sentiment is shifting, and that's something the industry can't ignore. That's all for this week's roundup, but if you want deeper coverage of any of these stories, head over to cbtnews.com where you can get the full articles. Hope you have an amazing weekend, and be sure to join me again first thing Monday morning on the Jumpstart to get more top headlines in automotive.